We're standing on the edge now. This is the moment that we came for. And now we're going it alone. We just wanna know, we just wanna go into the unknown.
We are officially 1 month away from Future Now, and the landscape continues to shift as we head into PCW Ultra's Spring Spectacular. This is Mutiny. My name is Mike Simmons, and as you saw last week, Ruby Raze completely dismantled Sumi Sakai to become the new Ultra Woman Champion, and by virtue of that win, Raze must defend her title against the debuting Serpent of Evil, Viperous, at Future Now. We'll also see the Blood Hunter, led by the Taskmaster Kevin Sullivan, battle ECW legend, the franchise, Shane Douglas, on March 27th. And in our main event this week, the Monster from Puerto Rico faces another ECW legend in the homicidal, suicidal, genocidal, death-defying maniac Sabu. Still to come in this program, we bring you our final look at the rise of Hammerstone through the heavyweight ranks over the years as he faced ACH from Opposites Attack in 2018. But up next, we take you to Second to None in 2017, where we got our very first look at second generation star Bestia as part of La Familia de Tijuana, as they took on then Ultra Tag Team Champions War Beast, Joseph, and Brody King. On the call, the voices of PCW Ultra, Todd Kennelly and Christian Cole.
And look how smoking hot Carlina Gore is. And the flames to go with it. With Todd Kennelly, my name is Christian Cole. This is PCW, and this is the Tag Team Championship match, Todd.
Certainly is, and now saw Carlina Gore as if to summon War Beast, and now MK, Power Man, more fire, and that's probably just a taste of what we're going to see. And there you see the devil himself, Kevin Sullivan, now the man that we are told is to be referred to as Joseph, along with the monster Brody King.
You heard it there, MK, the manager of Joseph, one of his confidants.
And the Familia de Tijuana.
Oh, they're already out there.
Damien 666 and Bestia are taking the fight right to War Beast, and again, anything goes. MK said it himself, all violence is legal. You might be careful what you wish for. I mean,
this is my kind of match, Todd. Weapons, blood, danger in all places. This is exactly what I like to see in Brody King now. Oh, wow.
Reversal there by Bestia on the outside on the big man. You know, I mean, Damien has been raising hell in Mexico for decades. How about this? How about this matchup? Who thought you'd ever see Damien and Kevin Sullivan? Sullivan throwing a chair at Damien, only here at PCW.
You should be honored to see Kevin Sullivan. You should feel pleasure in your pleasure receptors. Because
oh my, what in the world was that?
That's what I'm talking about. It's weapons, it's destruction.
This one's not for the faint of heart. I mean, hide the women and children here. This is going to be an absolute war. War Beast has defended against the likes of Los Luchas, most recently the Dirty Blondes, but they might have met their match here with the Familia de Tijuana, who's mentioned that they are the baddest MFers in the biz.
And they are. La Familia de Tijuana. That's the way you pronounce it. Wedo. And now we're looking here into the action across the ring. And I tell you what, these weapons, this violence, it's only the beginning here. La Familia de Tijuana, they can go with anybody. But can they win the PCW Tag Team Championships tonight?
No one's been able to get them away from War Beast yet, and now that's all you need is Brody King to have a weapon.
Brody King, 6'7" tall. An incredible athlete for his size. As now we take a look in on Joseph, a leader of men. And Joseph just tosses him into the chairs.
Yeah, he's a shepherd of slaughter, that's for sure. This cult of War Beast. We saw what Fatu could do earlier. And now you're seeing Joseph and Brody King. This is damn criminal.
Indeed it is. If you look at La Familia de Tijuana, can they hang with the leader of men, Joseph?
Well, Damian's an absolute legend. We know he can hang. He's hung for decades. But now back in the ring, Brody King with a scoop and a slam there on Bestia, 666. Now they're fighting over in the merchandise area. Joseph has a table, and you know, you can't blame our production said, get away, you know, fend for yourselves.
They're in danger.
Here. Save yourselves, everybody is.
They should feel blessed to be in such danger. Oh man.
Are you drinking the Kool-Aid?
I had a Bloody Mary during intermission. As we now look on the fans in the sold out PCW Memorial Hall, and look how hot she is. She's so damn hot. Look at that hotness, Todd. Oh my God. How could you not like a team like War Beast when Carlina Gore's smoke?
Look out here! Take a seat, pal. What I do like is that La Familia de Tijuana has taken the fight right to War Beast. They might beat War Beast at their own game in which all violence is legal.
Now Brody throwing big strikes now.
I remember the days back before this power play by War Beast, back when we had teams like the Reno Scum, Los Luchas, great tag teams competing in the ring for the tag team titles.
Oh, right.
This, you know, this
Yeah, I
isn't
remember
wrestling.
when I was young, Todd Kendall, you were to walk uphill both ways to school.
Yeah.
You're just that guy. You're one of those guys who all you care about is what used to be, when we're looking at the leader of men, Joseph, just throwing massive right hands on the Mexican legend.
The fact that I prefer competition over chaos? What do you call this?
Call it heaven. You call it hell. This is like heaven to me. And the PCW fans are out for blood. Oh, look at this. That's that spike.
Oh, we've seen that since the dawning of PCW.
What is he doing? Wait a minute. It looks like the leader of men, Joseph, is just handing the Mexican legend the spike.
Yes, as if to say, do unto me as I would have done to you, a sacrifice play. And Damien 666 all too happy to oblige. I mean, this might cost War Beast here. He's been busted wide open.
My God. Oh, now just over and over again with the spike to the forehead of Joseph.
He asked for it.
Oh, look. Look at this. And Carlina Gore now.
What in the heck is she doing in there? Takes over the legend with a Hurricane Rana.
She's so talented and hot.
Hellish.
Look at this now, Carlina Gore.
Well, I guess Freeboard rules. Well, throw her in the mix too.
There's no DQs, idiot. She can do whatever she wants.
Yeah,
I think you
thanks a
should
lot
go
for
in
that,
there.
pal. No thanks. Carlina Gore all over Bestia on the outside. This is the most, I mean, she's gotten physically involved in matches before, but this is taking it to a whole nother level.
Yeah, I'm taking it to another level right now, too.
Take it easy. Look out here now. Hey, you want to play? You want to play with fire? You just might get burned.
And now, Carlina Gore. And what are they doing? This is assault. That's assault on a female.
They're just evening the odds. You got a numbers game, you got to start eliminating numbers, and that's what they're doing. Wants to get in there and mess.
Look at the bloody face of Joseph, the leader of men.
War Beast has taken over control of this matchup, due in part to the actions of Carlina Gore. Well, this doesn't look like a very tasty sandwich here for Bestia.
Just slamming that guardrail down on Bestia. And now Damien back down to his back. And look at the big man.
Big senton absolutely crushing Bestia there between those guardrails. And again, nothing you can do about it. All violence is legal. Brody's got Bestia 666 and absolutely spikes him center of the ring. Carnage reigns again.
Your winners, and still PCW Tag Team Champions, the team of Brody King and Joseph. They are War Beasts.
Sadistic last laugh by Carlina Gore. Easy for me to say.
Well, I
Sorry,
understand
folks.
why you're stuttering. She's just so hot.
Well, it's-
I mean, look at her. Look at how incredibly hot that is.
She got very physically
She's like the
involved
desert
in this matchup.
on fire.
And how on earth are you going to stop these guys? And you saw
You're not. Why do you
Sullivan-
keep asking hypothetical
Sullivan
questions
gets-
you know the answer
Sullivan
to?
gets involved. Carlina gets involved. MK pulling the strings. I mean, if one of the most legendary hardcore teams in all of professional wrestling can't do it, I'm at a loss.
Of course you are. They are going to be the PCW Tag Team Champions forever. One day after you're fired and I'm doing this job by myself, look at Joseph. They'll still be the damn PCW champions.
A leader among men, huh? Yeah, leading the lambs to slaughter.
How is this slaughter? They just won. They're the champions.
I was out. Look at the body strewn. You're gonna tell me it's not slaughter? You watching what I'm watching? What do you call it?
They're just. It's a ceremony. It's congratulations for wrestling us in this great match. It's just what they do in this Mexican tradition.
Yeah.
Great job, Joseph.
I'll tell you what it is. It's a vulgar display of power, and it continues. And eventually,
A vulgar display of power.
yeah, that's right.
Your wife told me that.
Countdown to extinction for any team that tries to face these guys. Unbelievable.
Until that point, no one had brought the fight to War Beast quite like Damien and Bestia. And while Bestia has returned several times to compete in tag team matches, we finally get to see his singles debut at Future Now when he takes on the Warlord of Weird, Sin Bodhi. And what about War Beast? After an incredible steel cage match back at Anniversary 2020, the Sheik and Fatu square off with a red-hot Jurassic Express, the team of Luchasaurus and Marco Stunt. Stay tuned, there's more action on the way as Mutiny rolls on.
Wrestling fans, on Saturday, February 29th, we would like to bring to you the one, the only, The Undertaker. Tickets are limited, so please don't delay and make your purchase before you get left out.
One, two, three, four.
In Japan, we have embraced many things from the West. We honor them. We celebrate them. And master them. In return, we offer something for you to enjoy. Sapporo, Japan's oldest beer brand, now brewed and enjoyed around the world. And our way of saying,
ありがとう。
We want to send a huge shout out to the band Odd Palace for the Unknown, which is the anthem of PCW Ultra Mutiny. It's available on Apple Music, Spotify, and streaming outlets everywhere. At Future Now, we bring you two feature bouts from our ultralight division. The first being the GLOAT, greatest ledge of all time, Adam Brooks, taking on the ultimate hybrid fighter, Ironheart, Douglas James. And after a nearly 2-year absence, we'll see the in-ring return of inaugural champion Mecha Wolf as he takes on Young Guns 3 winner, Dom Kubrick. Now, before we get to March 27th, next week on Mutiny, we show you exactly how the division was rocked to its very core when Jake Atlas defended the Ultralight Championship against Kubrick and DJ at Anniversary 2020. We can guarantee that history will be made next week on this program. But up next, let's take one more trip into the vault for this one. Hammerstone versus ACH from Opposites Attack in 2018.
Speaking of bright futures, you talk about the guys coming up in this next matchup. An incredible run both of them have had as of late. Talking about Hammerstone, who's been on an incredible run, taking on the undefeated ACH.
ACH is absolutely a world star. We've seen him wrestle in New Japan. We've seen him wrestle through injuries ever since his debut here in PCW Ultra, and yet the man is undefeated. Hammerstone, undefeated in 2018. To me, same thing.
Well, we're going to find out. Two guys at the crossroads. Something's got to go in this one. Should be a phenomenal matchup.
Are you still on two or no?
This one fall contest is scheduled for a 30-minute time limit. Introducing first from Phoenix, Arizona, Hammerstone!
Hammerstone, to your point, Christian Cole has been on perhaps the most impressive run of anybody in the history of PCW Ultra when you factor in victories over the effing machine Brian Cage, Brody King, and Jeff Cobb, and those were consecutive victories. How do you top that?
You really can't. Hammerstone having a phenomenal year. Finally back in the heavyweight division where he belongs, looking as jacked as ever. And he can hit you with anything. He can hit you with that Valkyrie missile. He can hit you with that pedigree. Hammerstone is the future of professional wrestling, and tonight he proves he's also the present. And I don't know if you know this, but we're friends too. He's my friend.
I figured after seeing the recent interview you cut with him.
He replied to one of my DMs last week. He put a thumbs up.
More like a BM.
What does that mean?
The bowel movement.
His opponent from Planet Vegeta now resides in Austin, Texas, weighing 206 pounds, ACH.
Christian Cole, you talk about Hammerstone being undefeated in 2018. He does have PCW Ultra losses, however, and the same cannot be said for his opponent ACH. Perfect undefeated record thus far with victories over Mecha Wolf 450, Ray Phoenix, and Chris Bay. He has been incredible thus far.
We've also seen him in New Japan Pro Wrestling. We've seen ACH travel the world and make a name for himself. One of the absolute hottest free agents in this industry.
Two guys that have faced light heavyweight competition in the past, but two men that, and you can see, obviously ACH has been spending a whole lot of time in the gym. ACH has switched gears and now concentrating on the heavyweight division. This matchup could have serious world heavyweight title implications based on the victor.
You'd think so, or Dom Vitale's just an idiot who doesn't watch the show and won't give Hammerstone his due. Because that's just a fact.
It's been a busy night. It's been a busy night for Dom Vitale. A thorough checkup here by the official of ACH. Bill sounds set for action. Both competitors, a whole lot of weapons in their arsenal. This is one of those matches that absolutely could steal the show, Christian Cole.
A lot of people expect it to.
Power on display early by Hammerstone as he backed up ACH. Now a little gamesmanship.
ACH not too impressed with Hammer. He must be blind. He's looking at a god.
ACH, as you mentioned, competing all around the world, but seems like he's always got some sort of body part taped up, whether it be his shoulders or his ribs.
It's not ballet, Todd. ACH gives everything to this industry in this ring. And he wears the scars of past matches. But again, undefeated. It doesn't matter how injured he may be. Oof, what a collision. Oh my God.
And what a chop there by ACH. I think he hurt his hand more than he hurt the chest of Hammerstone with that. Gonna have to go back to the drawing board. Been effective with this side headlock, but what can he do with it?
That's in deep too. Hammer using some leverage to get him to the ropes.
Gonna be hard pressed to overpower Hammerstone when he overpowered the likes of Brian Cage.
Ooh, nice single there by ACH. A little gamesmanship from him.
And then some. Pace quickens, but he goes right into the waiting arms there of Hammerstone. Nice counter to get out of there, and going back to the striking is ACH. Hammerstone showing his agility. Oh man, ACH was thinking power slam perhaps, but sprawling out was Hammerstone, comes down with the body weight and gets the near fall.
Oh, Hammer now dropping that big boot to the ribs, and he knows ACH has had rib problems for the last number of months. If he can expose the ribs and the arm of ACH, he could potentially slow down this man.
What a shot. You could hear it echo there, and it just absolutely floored ACH. We've seen ACH in trouble in every PCW Ultra matchup that he's had so far because of his level of competition, but you can never count him out.
Absolutely not. What you can count on is the fact that Dom Vitale seems to be sleeping on this megastar in the ring here. Hammerstone.
Hammerstone knows all too well how deadly that ring apron can be out there. You remember his matchup with Brody King. King with an absolute vicious power bomb, where Hammerstone, I think, hit more of the arena floor than he did the actual apron. But Hammerstone stealing a little page out of the playbook from wars past, and he's turned the pendulum of momentum back to his side.
Speaking of pendulums, that nightmare pendulum that Hammerstone can deliver at any moment has put away several competitors here. Will we see it tonight? Will he put ACH away and further his fight for the PCW Ultra Championship, at least to be a contender here?
Well, and you think of the people that he hit it, on. The likes of Brody King and an Olympic grappler in Jeff Cobb, who we will see later on tonight. What a match made by the DOC. It'll be Jeff Cobb, Brody King, and the King of Dudes, Matt Riddle, making his debut.
You're bringing up a great point. He beat Jeff Cobb. He's beaten pretty much everybody you put in front of him, monsters and guys alike. He beat all the cruiserweights. The fact is that Hammerstone has made a case for himself for 2.5 years now why he should get a shot at the PCW Ultra Heavyweight Championship.
I don't think that belly-to-belly throw did any favors for the shoulder of ACH. He landed awkwardly there and might have separated that AC joint, partner.
Both men undefeated here, Todd, and there's major implications, as you've said, for one of them to be able to get a shot here. And what's that look on your face? They're both undefeated.
Hammerstone is not undefeated.
He's undefeated.
In fact, he lost his debut against longtime teammate and rival Graves.
Yeah, that was like 2 years ago. That's a long time.
That and a couple disqualification losses.
Yeah, but those are a long time ago.
That apparently Stephan Bonner watched pretty closely, because we saw it repeat here tonight with the American Psycho. Great action, but man, the striking, I will say this, has been on point for Hammerstone. Just bone-crushing shots by the big man. Nice leg sweep. Put him in a body bag.
Oh, wow. Kick right to the side of the head from ACH. Hammer ate every bit of that.
Great atmosphere here in the Ultratorium for PCW Ultra. Opposites attack. guys that were skyrocketing up the ranks. Never knew if we would see them face off. Nice little short frog splash.
Oh, and that took a lot out of ACH as well. He tries to get in for the cover. In too much pain to hook a leg and only two. ACH, he flies for that frog splash, Todd Kennelly.
He does, and usually likes to come off the top with that high fly flow remix, as he calls it, but hit it nicely moments ago and trying to keep the full court press. Uh-oh, trying to steal little Page out of the playbook.
And why would you
It was
use
still
the
out of
pedigree?
somebody else's
Oh, what
playbook.
are you talking about? Alex Hammerstone invented that move when he was 1 year old. And that other guy that does it was barely even scratching the surface. That's Hammerstone's move.
Pedigreeing people at one, huh?
He didn't do it, he just invented it.
Ah,
He wrote it down in
yes.
his memoir. Now everyone does it.
Put it in his speak and say, did he? Crowd coming to life.
Etch a
Great
sketch.
competition, yeah. I can only make stairs. Full head of steam, and ACH might be down a molar or two after that. As the fireworks show of striking begins by Hammerstone upstairs. Valkyrie missile, easy for me to say. Deep hook of the leg, center of the ring. Only a count of two.
So close. And Hammer knows how much this victory will mean in the minds of PCW Ultras Championship Committee, along with Don Vitale, our Director of Communications. Hammer needs this victory, but so does ACH.
Absolutely, and again, you think the incredible momentum that both men have, this is really going to stall that momentum, quill the momentum of whoever loses this thing. I don't know what Hammer's thinking here, is trying to work over that arm, but putting on the brakes is ACH, but pays for it. That again is going to do damage to that already injured shoulder.
And this is why Hammerstone is really underrated as a wrestler. He studies his opponents and he attacks their injuries. Oh my God, and the strength of Hammerstone, deadlifting the man.
Ungodly power by Hammerstone. Turns it into a backbreaker. Going for the cover now, trying to put him away. And a sacrifice play by ACH, even to kick out there, Christian Cole, because again, just getting that shoulder up put extra torque on that injured shoulder.
I mean, to me, it was a sacrifice play to even accept this match against the god that is Hammerstone, babe.
Who you calling, babe? Methodical pace now by Hammerstone, who has taken over the time of possession offensively in this matchup. Wide base there by ACH to avoid the throw. Smart move, and goes back to the striking. And now these chops are starting to register, Christian Cole. They are knocking Hammerstone back, even if only for a step or two. Perhaps residual damage, but swatted there by Hammerstone. Oh, wow! 12-6 on the clock, tick-tock, and it might be time for the 1-2-3. Drove him straight down, did Hammerstone, and that hand was coming down for 3, but ACH fights on.
ACH, always in the fight. There's never a moment where ACH is completely out of it.
Yeah, just ask the likes of Mecha Wolf, Ray Phoenix, and Chris Bay. They had a lot of success as well, but in the end, ACH, much like life, it finds a way.
Is that a Jurassic Park quote?
Sure is.
All right, Jeff Goldblum.
Well, if you're ACH, must go faster. He's got to find a way to quicken the pace in this thing.
I think ACH may be really having difficulty recovering from all the damage. He comes back with these vicious chops, but he's unable to get any momentum here. And with those injured ribs, he can't even lift Hammer.
ACH is looking for that buster call. He's put a lot of guys away with it, and I don't know that he can even execute it. Look at that, dropping down. Beautiful takedown defense by Hammerstone.
Great sprawl by Hammer.
And ACH, this might be a losing proposition. In MMA, you see guys that hold on to submission attempts too long, and it costs them because they gas out, and that might be the case here because ACH comes up empty-handed, and Hammerstone turning the tide. But ACH is nothing if not completely tenacious.
Oh my God! What the hell? He just stood right back up.
Not this time, though. Big lariat there by ACH. And that adrenaline is pumping hard and heavy through the body of ACH.
Is he going to go up to the top?
He's sure as hell going to try.
He seems to be questioning himself here. So much pain in ACH.
ACH, he's perched. There it is. High fly flow remix. And he got all of it, but can he capitalize with the cover? Looking for the win. Here we go. No.
Everyone here at the Ultratorium on the edge of their seats as that 2.9 count almost came crashing down with the dreams of Alexander Hammerstone.
ACH hit all of that high fly flow remix. I mean, the elevation incredible at this point in the matchup. But if that doesn't do it, what in the heck is it going to take?
Precarious position here for Hammerstone. ACH going again for that pedigree.
Bound and determined to play the game, but overpowered again by the god, as you say, Hammerstone. Full head of steam coming in, paid for it in a big way. Look
Oh no!
out. Oh
my God!
Into a tiger bomb.
No, no, no!
Called the audible. Oh!
Oh my God! Hammerstone almost getting his first loss ever.
That is ridiculous, but first in a long, long time, and there was only the slightest sliver of light between the official's hand and the canvas. That was as close as they come.
ACH in shock that this match continues. ACH thought he was 4-0 here in PCW Ultra. We haven't seen the likes of that type of record since Scorpio Sky back in 2016. Will ACH take this home? Will he get the victory and position himself for at least an argument for the PCW Ultra Heavyweight Championship?
Yeah, all that momentum will be stalled if ACH has anything to say about it. What in the world is he doing here? He's got the double underhooks on the top. Power there by Hammerstone, digging down deep, comes up with the headbutt. This is not often where you see Hammerstone.
Oh, foreign territory here, but look at ACH pop straight up. Wow, what a suplex by ACH.
And holds on, does ACH. He was thinking Buster Call, but countered perfectly to the Nightmare Pendulum. Yes, Jinx.
That's it.
Your winner of the match, the Boss, Hammerstone!
And I told you, Todd Kennelly, and I told all these idiots in Wilmington and the fans around the world who watch us on Amazon Prime and the Fight app that it was Hammerstone's year. Alex Hammerstone with a Nightmare Pendulum, a 3 count, and Hammerstone still undefeated here in PCW Ultra in 2018.
Swinging the pendulum of momentum where he needed it most in the end. Incredible. Stealing victory from the jaws of defeat was Hammerstone because ACH hit the superplex. Held on, was thinking Buster Call, the power on display by Hammerstone, countered it into the Nightmare Pendulum. A heartbreaking loss for ACH, but he's got nothing to be ashamed of. He took Hammerstone to his limit and then some.
Hammerstone once again staking his claim as one of the top contenders for the Ultra Championship. And in 2 weeks, he gets his shot. Mil Muertes defends the Ultra title against whatever you want to call him, the creamiest of them all, the Flexecutioner, Muscle Mountain, your boy Hammer, Hammerstone. It'll be a historic championship edition of Mutiny, so don't miss it. Our main event is up next as Mutiny rolls on right after this.
This is your chance. The only thing you have to realize with War Beast, all violence is legal!
Wrestling fans, on Saturday, February 29th, we would like to bring to you the one, the only, The Undertaker. Tickets are limited, so please don't delay and make your purchase before you get left out.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout, one fall, 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, he is guided to ringside by the Taskmaster, the devil himself, the legendary Kevin Sullivan. Coming to us from Levittown, Puerto Rico, weighing 265 pounds, he is the Blood Hunter.
The devil himself, Kevin Sullivan, has found himself another monster in the Blood Hunter out of Puerto Rico. And think of the chaos that Sullivan has caused in the 4-year history of PCW Ultra.
Kevin Sullivan, a mastermind behind the success of War Beast early in their careers, and now brings the Blood Hunter from Puerto Rico, a man with a chip on his shoulder. We don't know much about the Blood Hunter. We know he stands, 6'5" tall. And we hear stories, we hear rumors that he is a vicious murderer. But speaking of vicious killers, my God.
And we know a lot about this music and what comes as a result.
And the opponent, being guided by his super genie. He comes to us from Bombay, India, weighs 235 pounds. He is the homicidal, suicidal, genocidal, death-defying legend, Sabu.
What a reaction for Sabu. We've had our share of hardcore icons here in the Ultratorium. Sandman, Terry Funk, the whole effing show, former Ultra champion Rob Van Dam. And how about this? Sabu in the house.
There's nothing quite like Sabu. There's no one quite like him. He's homicidal, genocidal. Of course, burst onto the international scene in the early 90s with ECW, but this is the 4th decade now that Sabu has competed as a professional wrestler. Nothing in wrestling lasts forever, but we are honored tonight at the return of Sabu to PCW Ultra. And he looks nimble, man. Quick feet.
Looks to be in phenomenal shape. He's a fixture in the original ECW. Competed in WCW, WWE as well. But certainly at a disadvantage when it comes to size with the Blood Hunter and Sullivan has the Blood Hunter out for blood here, immediately attacking Sabu. And Sabu, for that Devil May Care offense, he needs distance. He doesn't have it right now.
Yeah, and that's 2 sick chops to the chest of Sabu. Oh my God, Blood Hunter early in this match is dominating.
Into the cover, trying to put it away early as the Blood Hunter, only a count of 2. You gotta pretty much kill Sabu to stop him, what we've seen throughout his legendary career. But the hard-nosed tactics here continue with the Blood Hunter, right in front of the devil himself, Kevin Sullivan, looking on from the outside. Sabu's got Super Genie in his corner for some inspiration. Big strike by Sabu, floors the big man, Christian.
Yeah, Sabu undersized in this match, double reverse. Oh, wow. Imbalanced. Blood Hunter just flies over that top rope. I think he tried to hook it, stop himself in the corner, but he went flying out to the ringside area. And now, oh man, now the wheels are about to fall off on this one.
Well, expect a lot of leniency by referee Rick Knox. There we go. Sabu is the unofficial world record holder when it comes to chair throwing, Christian.
I think it's official. Pretty sure Guinness awarded him that back in 2004.
Super Genie going into that lamp and pulling out chairs. Another big shot there by Sabu. Sabu, former ECW heavyweight champion, ECW television champion, tag team champ a couple times over. Once with my former broadcast partner, Human Suplex Machine, Taz. They faced each other quite a bit as well over the years. Oh, she's got another one.
Just violently disregarding that chair into the chest and stomach of the Blood Hunter. And, oh my God, flying forearm from Sabu. Innovative offense, always able to incorporate the twisted metal of a professional wrestling environment into his matches. And Blood Hunter gonna try to answer. Oh my God!
What velocity there by Blood Hunter, springing off of that chair, beautifully done. Now Sabu, look out here, Blood Hunter with a suicide dive to the outside.
Oh my God.
Sabu got 3 chairs from Super Genie. Has he used up all 3 of his wishes, Christian?
Yeah, Super Genie's super, Todd. Don't be stupid. She's got at least 12 wishes available in her lantern.
Sabu has won 2 tag team titles with Rob Van Dam, former PCW Ultra champion. And Blood Hunter is all too willing to play Sabu's deadly game here.
I don't think he's playing the game of Sabu. I think he's playing the game of the mastermind, Kevin Sullivan, the devil himself. Sullivan is a psychological genius.
Now we've seen tables utilized. I'm pretty sure that's a door, Christian.
Oh shit! What the are you kidding me?
The door might be closed on the legendary career of Sabu.
Is Kevin all right? He might have got a splinter. And we knew this match would be violent, TK. We knew that there would be foreign objects. Dom Vitale had a long conversation with Rick Knox before this match and said, we want to see a winner. It's our anniversary show. Rick Knox letting pretty much everything go right now.
I am speechless at the carnage here. Sabu with another door. I didn't know that they were rearranging the furniture, a little renovation here, apparently in the Ultratorium.
Kevin Sullivan slid in a chair for the Blood Hunter, but it was intercepted by Sabu, who looks to set it up. And man, how maniacal is Sabu? The mindset of this man is so violent.
Look out here. Might be looking for that Arabian facebuster here, partner.
This is bad though. There's a door underneath the face of Blood Hunter. This could be awful.
There it is. Yes!
Oh my God, what is happening at 2K20?
The Ultratorium has turned into an absolute madhouse, an insane asylum. Sullivan knows that his Blood Hunter is in big-time jeopardy after that Arabian facebuster. The devil now with a chair shot. Blood Hunter trying to pick up the pieces into the cover. You gotta be kidding me. He got him.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of this bout, the Blood Hunter.
And the bloodthirsty fans of PCW Ultra, they're hypocrites. These people are hypocrites. When the violence was purveyed by Sabu, everyone was on their feet cheering. As soon as Kevin Sullivan and the genius of that man was able to get the violence and turn it around, all of a sudden they want to boo. I tell you, the combined IQ of this room is 37.
Well, Sabu should
If you included, Todd.
Sabu could have had the win with the Arabian Facebuster, but when you're dealing with the devil, you better have eyes in the back of your head. But what a moment.
Yeah, what a privilege it has been to call Sabu's match here tonight. And for those of us who have loved this sport for our entire lives, to watch this man over the years, what an honor it is to have Sabu here. Comes up short tonight because of the genius of Kevin Sullivan. Hopefully it is not the last time we see Sabu.
Kevin Sullivan leading the Blood Hunter to victory in his Ultra debut over the Extreme Legend. But what's the bigger story as it relates to Sullivan, the Puerto Rican Monster, and War Beast? I'm not exactly sure, but we do know that on March 27th, the Taskmaster leads his monster into battle against the franchise, Shane Douglas. And in our main event, the Dirty Daddy himself, Chris Dickinson, goes one-on-one with Hammerstone for the very first time in an absolute dream match. It all goes down Friday night, March 27th from the Ultratorium, 231 West C Street in Wilmington, California. Get your tickets right now at PCWUltra.com. Next week on Mutiny, Jake Atlas, Dom Kubrick, and Douglas James collide in a three-way dance for the Ultralight Championship. For our entire crew, this is Mike Simmons, and we'll catch you next week here on Mutiny.